you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours is a worldly view of interpersonal relationships because it's based on the idea of doing things for others solely for my own benefit. Any benefit to you is only incidental to my desire to get what I want. In other words, how can I use you, not how can I help you? While we don't want an attitude of distrust, we shouldn't be surprised when we find out someone was using us for their own benefit. Does it hurt? Yes. But we should be sad for them even more so. And that's not easy since it means we can't be thinking only about ourselves and how we were hurt any more than we can think about how we can benefit. Sadly, that means we can't always know who is good or bad because appearances can be deceiving. One of the things I like about fantasy literature is that the better writers deal with good and evil in realistic terms. It isn't always easy to know who is good and who is bad. Bad people do good things just like good people. But it's always difficult, sometimes impossible, to know another person's true motives since we cannot read minds, 1 Corinthians 2:11. Even if they tell us their motives, we can't know for sure. They may not be telling the truth. In fact, it isn't always easy to know our own motives. Romans 7:15 tells us that. Several years ago, I read a book where the writer included an exchange about the issue of individual motives for a group of people to help another person. One by one, that person went through the group to analyze why they were helping him. He finally realized that only one of them was helping him solely because of love for him and would help him regardless of the outcome. When we look at the life of Joseph, we find another parallel with Jesus in Joseph's dealings with his wicked brothers. From the moment he saw them in Egypt until their death decades later, he acted solely for their good, even weeping over their distrust. That's in Genesis 50, verses 15 through 21. Jesus also acted solely out of love for his wicked brothers, the nation of Israel, by leaving the glory of heaven to live among them, Philippians 2:7. Some of them followed him for what they could get out of him in John 6, verse 26. Even the apostles' motives weren't pure when they argued over who would be first in the kingdom, Luke 22, verse 24. Finally, we see the parallel continued when Jesus wept over Israel's disbelief. That's in Luke 19:41 through 44. Well, we have no control over anyone's motives except our own. So let's constantly re-examine our motives to make sure they're God's, not our own. And let's be back here again tomorrow for another Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until then, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.